Well, hello everybody and welcome. I've just driven in to the most astonishingly beautiful campsite on the west coast of Vancouver Island. Right outside the van door is the Pacific Ocean. I've come out in our van, our 2004 leisure van, which we call the Blue Lady, and I've come out with Milo. I could only get away for one night this week, and this is it. And look at this weather. It is just absolutely perfect. So why don't you stay and join me for the next not quite 24 hours at the beach on the west coast. Do you know, it just some days, when everything just kind of goes wrong? Well, I think this is a day where everything's just kind of going right. So maybe nobody will want to watch this video. It seems headlines these days have to be catastrophic and miserable and frightening before anybody reads them. So my thumbnail is probably going to be about, this is the most perfect day to go camping on the west coast. So, all right, let's just get going and enjoying it. Well, this has been a pretty beautiful day. Just got this nice little fire going. I'm going to cook my steak on it. It's just, we're allowed to have beach fires here, which is a huge plus. This is just a total enjoyment overnight. When I saw the weather was going to be good and I saw that I could come out here, it was just, I just couldn't resist. Well, the sun's just gone down behind the hill, and immediately the temperature has dropped several degrees. I just finished that absolutely awesome salad. That salad was just like nothing extra really added but olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper and all fresh vegetables. So that was just pretty delicious, and a great bowl of it. And this meat won't be ready for a little bit, but it won't be long. I can't emphasize enough how much I enjoy the winter and the shoulder season when it's not busy. It's so quiet. That looks pretty darn good. No, it's not dried out at all. It's good. And I think what's really nice about doing it sort of slow cooked over the fire, like on a stick, a little bit higher than you might have it on a grill, is that it gets the flavors. There's a lot of flavors of campfire in there. It definitely tastes like a campfire steak, and it's perfect. If you don't mind the smoky, You want the smoky flavor. And it's not something you get off a barbecue at home on a gas barbecue. So anyway, I'm just going to enjoy this and give some to Milo too. Two thumbs up. Well, the damp is settling in. I could have built the fire up more, but I'm a bit tired. I've had a good long day. Milo's actually quite tired. He's kind of dragging his feet, walking down the beach. So I think I'm going to turn into the van. I'm going to probably sit in there and have a cup of tea and just relax for a bit. But I didn't want to start the fire going again. What a perfect day this has been. And I'm just so thrilled with it. Yeah, a little bit of color in the sky tonight. Not a lot, but still pretty darn nice and no wind. Just the damp now. So I hope you've enjoyed this day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the morning. We'll have a good breakfast, and hopefully we'll get back out on the beach again. So I'll say good night for now. Well, good morning, and what an amazing morning this is. What a joy to wake up to a day like this. No fog, no there's some moisture hanging in the air far out on the ocean, which is almost always there. But this is just perfect. What an amazing, wonderful overnight trip this has been. I think it's about time to go up and make a little bit of a fire. My campsite's still in the shade, but I'm going to make some breakfast and just taking Milo for a walk. That's the first order of business. The tide's in further than yesterday, you'll notice, and I guess it'll be going out as the day goes along. What a glorious place to be. To me, it doesn't get any better than this. This is my idea of heaven on earth, that's for sure. Amazing. So let's go make a fire and have some breakfast, and let's get out and start this wonderful day. Cheers. What a morning. Here's to it. Boy, does that ever look good. I think a little bit too much syrup, but all right. It's yummy. So just before we go, I have a question for you. It came up from one of the viewers. I'm wondering, is solo camping still considered solo if you have a dog? I'd be interested to take a poll. All right, yes or no? Thanks a lot. This has been a wonderful way to spend the last 24 hours, and I want to thank you for coming along. It's a shame to leave, but I have commitments tomorrow in the big city. So yes, I'm very reluctant to leave here today, and I know it's going to be another glorious day. But we did get one fabulous sunny day, evening, morning, and we'd be grateful for that. So until we get back out here next time, which I hope won't be too long, we'll be out on the west coast somewhere and just enjoying the great outdoors. So until then, live life fully, because I sure have in the last 24 hours. Boy, it's been amazing. It's just been perfect. So see you again. Well, hello, and I'm back. I'm back home with the Blue Lady. What an unhappy ending to what had been such a perfect overnight. However, I'll tell you briefly what happened. I was about 10 to 15 kilometers outside of the campsite in the Bamfield area when I noticed that the fuel was suddenly disappearing out of the tank and my fuel light came on. I was fortunate to be at the bottom of a hill where it was reasonably wide in the road and quite level. Not bad for one of those backcountry roads. And I pulled over. I wondered where the fuel was going, so I looked under the van, and it was just dripping out of the front engine area, not the fuel tank, which I was worried about. There was fuel all over all the running engine parts and diesel, and it continued to be dripping from somewhere. One of the unwritten rules of the road on backcountry roads is if somebody's in trouble, you stop. And I knew somebody would stop before too long, and they did. A young man by the name of Noah and his friends stopped. One of the downsides of the area is that there's basically no cell service. My phone wasn't working, her phone wasn't working, but Noah's phone did have enough bars that he could contact a towing company in the nearest town which could pull my vehicle, which was Alberni. It was about 80 plus kilometers away. And before long, a tow truck was able to come. Well, it was about 2 hours actually, but still, somebody did come. And a great fellow by the name of Casey was the driver, and he very expertly loaded the van. And then I climbed up into the big cab, and he picked up Milo and put him in with me. We had about an hour and a half drive back to Alberni because we go quite slowly. In the meantime, I had been able to get a message quickly to Bob via text, and he was there in Alberni. The short story is that at the last service, it looks like someone made a mistake and put the wrong clamp on the hose that leads into the fuel filter. So we are in negotiation with the company to have them help out with the bill, which I will tell you was substantial. There's always a silver lining if you look, and I think for me the silver lining is that my belief that most people are good people continues to work for me. The number of people besides Noah and his friend who stopped by was incredible, just to make sure that I was okay, offering help, but I already had help coming. Bob was aware. We got a text to him, and Casey, the driver of the tow truck, was absolutely super. The service was great. He was wonderful. The bill, well, maybe not so much, but still. And the people at the garage who did the service are doing what they can to help out with the bill. It was a wonderful overnight, and the drive home was eventful. I was pretty tired at the end of that day, I have to tell you. But I'm better now. I'm better today. So there you are. I hope you still enjoy the video, and I will see you on the next adventure, and hopefully I have some enhanced coverage on my car insurance. Bye for now.